Hey everyone, welcome to the next episode of Forgiving the Girl Inside, a healing journey from skeptical to prayer warrior is tonight's topic with our special guest Claudette, all the way from Nova Scotia. Isn't that cool? I'm so excited to have you here tonight. Welcome her. She is a wife, mom of adult sons, a daughter of the king, and so much more. She is a dedicated, loving prayer warrior who has been helping transform lives through prayer. She loves nature, caring for others, and right now she is working as a continuing care provider for the elderly in her hometown. And she's also working alongside others as they search for vision in their lives. She enjoys every moment of it, and she has this beautiful heart that just spills joy everywhere. You can even hear it as she sends you an instant message. So I just love that. Welcome, Claudette. How are you tonight?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
I'm just so excited to have you here. So tell us some more about yourself.
Well, I am very passionate about helping people. I have such a huge heart and I love to see people succeed. And I love to help people who are searching for, like vision in their own lives and, from going from being stuck to unstuck. I also am remarried. I have besides my two adult children, I have two step adult children also. And I am going to be a grandmother in May. I have a new grandbaby, granddaughter arriving in May of 2021.
Yay! We have three birthdays in May in our house. I just became a grandma. I'm going to go see my grandbaby. We get to see her Saturday. I'm so excited. So, yeah, it's such a beautiful thing when your kids have kids. That's awesome. So, you're on a healing journey. You were once skeptical, and now you're this loving, amazing prayer warrior that your joy just beams everywhere. And I can see in the background you have your joy and you have your awesome be strong and courageous signs. Tell us about the before, when you were skeptical, what was going on?
Before I was just feeling kind of lost. I wasn't really listening to what the Lord was, saying from within me. And I was kind of just like doing my own thing and, thinking that it would, make me happy. And, I really had some really dark days. Days that I would never want to go back to, but I know in those times the Lord was speaking to me, but I just wasn't listening. And I just was like kind of in a downward spiral, is what I was in.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a great way to describe it. Like when you're so far from the Lord, you're in a like this spiral, and you seem to go deeper and deeper. So
Hmm.
when did you realize that you were in this, like, did you end up in the pit and then you were like, that's enough? Like, what was your pivot point?
I kind of ended up in the pit. I couldn't really get any lower. And I felt too, because of going through my divorce and everything, I felt over the few years after that I was, being punished for what had taken place. But back in 2000, it wasn't very long ago, 2019, I started listening to what the Lord was telling me to do. And because I listened to what he told me to do, he rewarded me by taking me to a waterfall. And
Hmm.
I've got a blog on that and everything. Like, it was really kind of cool. There's a lot more of the story to it. But since then, he's taken me deeper. I've been listening more to what he's saying to me. And it's really been changing my life. Like, I really feel the change.
Yeah, this I love waterfalls. I'm gonna have to check out your blog. Still the small still voice that you're hearing. It's beautiful. So when you decided to trust him, because I'm guessing beforehand you didn't trust him and that's why you were skeptical.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Like, I mean, I was baptized when I was 18 years old, and I just felt like, and I know I did lots of good. But I just really was like a surface Christian is what I was. And
Hmm.
and I was just like I was still doing good, but I just wasn't really still following. I thought I was following what he wanted me to do. But I still wasn't quite following. For example, but a month ago, I looked back in my Bible and seen that I had underlined and I had put dates to those same days that things were happening when I was going through my divorce. And he was speaking to me and I wasn't listening. And I just cried, like ugly cried my eyes out. Like I
Mm.
was so upset that I hadn't listened to what he had said.
Would you like to share with us what he has said to you? Or Bible
Oh,
reference?
I don't have, I don't have that on. Like I could message you after with that. I just don't have that Bible right on me right at this very moment. However, it was
That's
just,
okay.
yeah, it was just that he was telling me that, you know what I mean? Like, I think he was telling me like to work on my marriage.
Hmm.
And at that point in time, I wasn't willing to work on my marriage. So I just did my own thing and, got divorced and had moved on. I felt that maybe if I had had the more tools at that time, it would have, helped things
Hmm.
along. But
Yeah. Do you think your pride got in the way, or do you
probably
blame
so.
yourself?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
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 Yeah. I totally, I, even though, it was a 50-50 thing, but I really did. And I did believe for a long time it was like totally my fault and being punished and all this thing, but I'm not. Like the Lord has gifted me so many gifts.
Hmm. That's awesome. It's so awesome that the Lord is so generous and He does bless us with so many gifts. And sometimes our hearts are so bitter, and you get caught up in, oh, the whys, and why did this happen and why didn't it work out, and you miss the gifts. So it's so
Hmm.
awesome that you were able to clear all those blocks and just move forward and really embrace what the Lord has done for you and gifted you with, so that you can help others that are in the same position. So what would you say is the was the you mentioned this waterfall, so we got to go check out this blog and learn more about this waterfall, because I'm very curious, especially since I love waterfalls. Um, so if you can give advice to anybody that went through that, who's, I mean, there's divorce. They say the divorce rate even amongst Christians is over 50%. If you could give a woman who's contemplating divorce advice, what would be three pieces of advice you could give her?
For one is just to really listen. Like communication is huge. The communication between two people is huge. If you're hearing things from within, like from within yourself, just to really listen to what that is. If you're a person who's reading the Bible and the Lord is speaking to you that way, like listen, like meditate on those words and really pray about it and see what it is that he's telling you. It's attention to the smallest details. Things can happen in our lives and the Lord brings people into our lives. And I believe each of us has seasons in our lives. And it's really paying attention to detail and paying attention to the Lord's signs and his wonders that he gives us. Like he even brings people into my life that brings so much meaning to me.
Hmm.
And like it's so cool. Like the people he's brought to me over this past year that I've been praying with. And there's a girl now that I am mentoring. Like it's really, really cool.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I just did a study on angels and demons. I'm taking my graduate theology degree, and I'm taking a class right now called systematic theology. And our pastor is really cool, and he had us research all of this. And I was doing this study on angels and demons, and how we get so tempted to not listen to the Lord, and do it. And like, everyone always pictures it with a good angel and a bad angel. And it's almost like true, because you're pulled, you have pride pathway or you have trust trail. And it's like, well, where am I going to go, and how am I going to stop my pride and my selfishness, so I can listen to the Lord and do what he says, and not be, like, get everyone else's opinion. Like, what are the facts? So that's awesome. Awesome piece of advice. And you said you're mentoring. I know you work as a caregiver, and you have some courses going on. So do you are you, what's your specialty?
So my specialty is actually just like praying. Like I've been praying with people, um helping them, like guiding them like with vision, um, like vision for their future, what their plans are for the next 3 to 5 years. Just a lot is with the power of prayer. Um,
Mhm.
so in there, and the Lord has, it's really interesting because He's been bringing people into my life to mentor, and their lives have been changing. And it's not me. He's just using me as a
Mhm.
vessel.
That is so awesome. That is so amazing. So well, we're going to post in the link below Claudette's information so you can connect with her if you're so moved to. Check out her blog. You can, you know, direct mail her for any questions that you have. If you want to know more about a personal walk, a personal invitation to know Jesus up close and personally, definitely reach out. And thank you so much for catching this week's episode of Forgiving the Girl Inside. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, tap the bell for notification of our next video. We do this weekly show on Tuesdays, and popping in the rest of the week are videos from me. So just stay tuned. And if you're interested in being a guest on this series, get in, get in contact with me. Either instant message me or whatever. Figure it out. And we can have you on the show as well. So thank you so much. And you all have an amazing day.